When I'm drinking whiskey, I know nothing can go wrong. When I'm drinking whiskey,
only I'm not this strong. When I got my bottle, no, not standing tall. Cause when I'm drinking whiskey, I don't feel nothing at all.
Oh, when I'm good and drunky,
The shot's for you, Chad.
I like to drink my whiskey when nobody is around. I know my empty bottle's the only one that understands that when I'm drinking whiskey, I forget the man I am.
Shout out Rusty Cage.
Whiskey, my hands don't ever shake. When I'm drinking whiskey, I don't lie in bed awake. Cause when I got my bottle, I don't care if I'm alive.
Eternity, as timeless as the Infinity Gems. It is the middle ground between the big two and the indie publishers, between sci-fi and mysticism, and it lies between the pages of the reader's imagination. At the summit of entertainment, the dimension of comics, where a humble service is held. We call this service the Gospel of Comics.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gospel of Comics. And first off, Joseph McKeever. It is not alcoholics, it is potent potables, good sir. With me, as always, tonight is my trusty co-host, Ayrton McCartney. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Fucking tired.
Aren't we all? Jesus Christ.
It's been crazy.
Either you have coronavirus or it's exhausted you keeping up with it, right?
Well, that and, basically, and I'm fine with it, because I'm a capitalist, but I'm basically, since it's down to me and two of my employees, I'm working till we're forcibly told not to.
Because I live in the South, I am too, so don't feel bad. You're in good company. I had been told we're not shutting down until Trump tells us to.
Week. Like, people are buying cigarettes and rolling tobacco and shit like crazy. Today, finally, I think we're kind of in a lull, hopefully for a couple days, so we can kind of, not be going a million miles an hour all day we're open. So,
right.
Fingers crossed on that front.
Matt Christie, how is that now? Is Ayrton significantly turned up enough? Say something, Ayrton.
Testing. Hello.
Audio issues on the bingo cards, folks. Check those up. Chad Middleton in the chat says, my friends lost their jobs. I'm seeing a lot of that. Unemployment across the country are at record highs. The stock market has gone down pretty much all of the points they had gone up under the Trump presidency. It's a shit show out there right now economically, folks. If you had money in the stock market, just DM me what you want written on your tombstones, and I will pass it along to the appropriate people. Because, Bill by the Dip Mitchell is rolling over in his grave. So, you got that going for you.
But if you would have bet on the market crashing, you'd be fucking rolling in dough right now.
I don't think that's true, Ayrton, because the people that bet on the market crashing are the people that invested in crypto, and they're also fucked right now. I'd have had all my money in this
Yeah,
shit
you
for
didn't know that?
ages. No, I didn't. I would have had all my money in all of that. Like, I wouldn't.
Somebody was telling me he missed the chance to put like 10 grand betting against it. If he would have had like $100,000.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I would bet against the stock market all day, every day, period, end of story, because in the grand scheme of things, the stock market is what? A bunch of people who are like, I'm going to take my money and try and turn it into more money. And that never works. It always ends up with someone in jail. Like, literally, it always, whether it's cocaine, marijuana, running illegal booze, cell phones that you stole, like, it always ends up in jail. Trying to turn your money into more money always ends in jail time, folks. Take it from someone who is a reformed criminal. The fastest way to double your money is to fold it in your pocket. And speaking of great segues, that's kind of what Marvel Comics is trying to do right now with their new SJW New Woke Warriors that we talked about on the last episode.
That's right.
Apparently, they done fucked up again. Did you hear about this?
Are you fucking serious?
Did you hear about this?
How do you? No.
Oh,
What the fuck?
You didn't hear about X-Men: Children of the Atom, where the X-Men got sidekicks?
No.
You know, that weren't Jubilee.
Yeah. You know, I saw it was a thing, but I think I'm just at the point with Marvel where it's just like, yeah, sure, you want to stick your finger in that light socket? Go ahead, kid, whatever.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people don't realize this. This isn't the first time the X-Men have toyed away with the title Children of the Atom. In fact, in some of the classic episodes of the Gospel of Comics, you can actually find an episode of me playing X-Men Children of the Atom. X-Men released a 6-issue miniseries titled Children of the Atom. That's your cue to talk.
I was thinking of dragging my cigarette that I totally should not be smoking right now, but
yeah, you saved those. You saved those for blowjobs for mutant people.
Yeah, but I have the keys to my store.
No, you don't understand. Like, that's you didn't see Dankula's whole spiel about Brexit, did you? He was smoking a cigarette
on the internet at all today.
No, this was weeks ago. Never mind. You're a classless fool.
Oh.
I hope the chat's grilling you right now.
I'm just waiting for Denny to break in so I can send you the screenshot of his drunk tweet to you so you can pull it up on the stream.
Oh man, yes, fantastic. Why is it? Wikipedia currently has a message about COVID-19. I'm just gonna pull this up.
Do they?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull this up for the.
I'm gonna send you the screenshot anyways.
With the uncertainty surrounding the outbreak of coronavirus disease, aka COVID-19 pandemic, we want to reassure our readers across the globe that our volunteers are working to bring you a trusted source of unbiased information throughout these challenging times. Knowledge must and will remain open for all. Well, why the fuck didn't you motherfuckers donate to trying to get, what's his name? God damn it, WikiLeaks. Yeah, why didn't you try and get him out of fucking trouble? Why didn't you try and get, the transsexual person? What was their name? I'm terrible with names, folks. I don't know why. Like, maybe I don't care. Am I that much of an inhuman fuck?
The only one I know is Assange.
No. He had a cohort.
Hi. It's me.
And they got locked up multiple times.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. I forgot that. Yeah. The person nobody
Mrs.
pays attention to from WikiLeaks.
Mrs. Church says, "Does my husband sound like he's doing the stream from a public bathroom, or is that just me?" You're probably hearing an echo because I'm saying it, and then you're hearing it 20 seconds later. So I don't know. If my sound is that horrible, somebody let me know. Do I have an echoey or a tinny sound? Of course I do stream
It
from a
kind of did
public
for a
restroom.
second, then it cleared up.
I was just trying to play off the fact that Mrs. Church was doxing me by, calling me out from going to a public restroom. It's never been easier to get into a public restroom, folks. Nobody's in the stall. I can stream from the cripple stall. I have my laptop set up on the changing table.
Ooh.
I have a handrail, all the leg
Love
room.
the cripple stall.
Right? Like,
You got the sink built into it?
yeah, no shit. And then there's a changing table that I can set all my equipment up on.
Oh,
I mean,
fantastic.
all you need is a drop cord and an extension, like an extension cord and a power strip, I guess is what we call them down here. But, all you need is an extension cord and a power strip, cripple stall. That's more room than your average office. Let's be real.
That's true. My office is tiny.
Wouldn't you rather it be a cripple stall?
I would. That would be fantastic.
I don't know. I might have problems, like, as my chair being the place that I also poop. I don't know.
Well,
But
that's fine. You just leave your pants around your ankles all day while you're at work.
that's what I do already, so that wouldn't be a change at all for me.
Oh, well, see? Perfect.
So I'm going to drop a link in the show suggestion chats. You want to pull it up? I'm going to go ahead and pull it up on stream.
Okay.
If it shows up, come on, you can do this. Up.
Suggestions. All right, got it.
Come on, you can do it. You can. All right, there we go. I'm just gonna pull that up. All right. So, coming in April, Children of the Atom #1, which is a lie, because Children of the Atom #1 came out in '99. But look, award-winning comic creators Vita Ayala and Bernard Chang. I mean, I heard they were.
Oh yeah, totally.
I heard they were the ones that gave Frank Miller his bones back in the day. I mean, these are the guys that.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, these are the guys
Now
that crafted the way
like you're doing the show for Purple Stall.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It almost sounds like you're talking into your computer mic instead of your headset.
I know why. How's that?
Was that it?
Ladies and gentlemen, is that better?
There we go.
Have you got the sexy, smooth, silky voice of the church back? Is that what you want, ladies and gentlemen? Little ASMR church.
Keep your pants on, everybody.
Church here in the house, having some audio issues in the cripple stall. Stall master. You're not echoing here. Your mic does sound a bit Logitech, but it's just really loud. I heard myself talking to a child in the background. And if you get too drunk, you don't have to go far to throw up. No, you take your rolly chair into the cripple stall. In fact, you roll a real wheelchair into the cripple stall to fill the bit. And then you back up next to it, so you just have to arm lift yourself over to the actual pot, or you can just lean over and vomit.
Exactly.
Now we both need to turn our mics up. Jesus Christ!
Oh God!
All right, I'm gonna put you.
Did they get an extra square for double audio issues?
Well, the audio issues, the first one is a free square, so go ahead and mark the one in the I column. I'm gonna turn you up to 95%.
Okay. Ooh.
And then I'm gonna
I feel
turn
important now.
I'm gonna turn myself up. Wait, where is my? Wait a minute. I have to turn myself up in OBS. I'm already up in OBS. What the fuck? Are you fucking
We're
with me,
so
Matt?
good at this.
My mom has a power chair. She needs backing lights, a siren, and a cattle pusher. What? Do you mean a
I'm
cattle
assuming that
prod?
means she's terrible at driving it.
Like one of those, like, I don't know, long
No,
distance stun
like on the front of a
guns?
train. No, like on
Oh,
the front of a train, the cattle pusher.
that's better for Ayrton. But what about me? Do I sound okay? Like we're forgetting the important part. I can like kick him out of the call. I've been killing
Who
time
knows?
for Denny for like 20 minutes and he's still not here. I'm a little disappointed. No, I'm not fucking
Me
with
too.
you. I know you're not actually fucking with me, but are you just fucking with me? Do I sound okay? Is really the question. Like I don't want to offend Matt. He seems like the kind of motherfucker that would actually come fight me.
No, he'd just snipe you from a distance.
No, I feel like Matt and I could go fisticuffs like real men.
Yeah, but if he really needed to do the damage and just get you out of the way, he would probably just snipe you from a distance.
I mean, you can't kill a building with a bullet, Ayrton. Calm down. Speaking of killing a building with a bullet, see that segue I just did there?
I'm not sure where this one is going. Okay, continue.
Week.
Oh yes, yeah.
How'd you like that? It was a commission from
That was
one Optic Decay
that
of
was
the Morning
fantastic.
Decay. Go to youtube.com/Optic Decay. You will find him. He does a fantastic morning show. If you are craving a replacement to that now defunct and never existing show, the Kumite.
What?
Exactly. See what I did there? Let me see if I can get this up on screen.
See, my favorite part of that commission is the nice glow, like halo glow around my head.
Yeah, see, he added that like 100% just off the cuff. I didn't say shit about that. I actually told him to fuck your face up, but he actually made you look more attractive than you do in real life. So I don't know how I feel about it. I think I should dock him.
Yeah,
but I paid full price for this commission because I'm not a piece of shit.
I'm gonna set that as my profile picture on dating sites.
You should download Hinge. You know, the dating app made to be deleted. I saw an ad for that on Hulu tonight. I don't know
Hinge?
I don't know how I feel about the fact that like Netflix and Amazon and Hulu are advertising all these dating sites. It's like they're trying to convince my wife to go out and find somebody to sleep with while I'm at work during this whole coofing epidemic. And I'm just like, wait a minute.
Like, I need to look this up. Let's see,
like
App Store.
My motherfucker's downloading a dating app in the middle of the show. No, I'm just sitting here like, wait a minute. All of these streaming sites, like literally, what are their main demographic? The same demographic of soap operas in like the 50s and 60s, right? Is stay-at-home moms. Like that's who you're trying to get with streaming services: stay-at-home moms and kids. So when you look at the advertisements on these streaming services, Plenty of Fish, Matt.com, eHarmony, Hinge, it's dating apps. Like, what the fuck are they trying to push? Like, are you trying to get fucking stay-at-home moms to go out and cheat in their spare time so they have to hire a maid? What the fuck is this?
Weird.
Well, because of this
requires ISO 12.2 or later. I don't think I have that on my phone. I don't think I can download it.
I don't think you know what that means, you fucking technologically
I don't know what that means.
Fuck.
No, I can't download it.
But no, I don't understand. Like, 3 miles out was a super soaker full of hot sauce. Sounds better now. Come on, don't tell me you. Okay, I'm in live chat now. Come on, don't tell me you don't 100% believe Bloodsport was a true story. It was. Bloodsport was a 100% true story, and professional wrestling is real. Don't at me, bro. This is a great piece of work there. I like the Vampire the Masquerade, ARG, Tinder. It amuses me. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'll take your word for it.
Tinder is kind of amusing, especially if you're just like sitting on the job,
he's
like
talking-
taking a shit.
He's talking about I think he's talking about a parody of a Tinder advertisement made by vampires for Vampire the Masquerade RPG.
Oh,
The only commercial
never mind
was
then.
the one with a bunch of gay men. That's Grinder. But no, I've been seeing them. They're there. On Hulu, on Amazon, on Netflix, on any of these streaming services that have advertisements whatsoever. There are advertisements for dating sites. It's a dating app for vampires. Top match, Magog. Dracula's not on there. Dating app BTFO'd. Oh, shit. Alright. So, we were talking about Children of the Atom, right?
I thought you were. Were we gonna finish talking about this beautiful artwork?
I did talk about it. Well, I mean, I can pull it back up.
I mean, we mentioned it and then got
All
talking
right,
about
well,
dating apps for some reason.
Go ahead. Where were you going with it? I mean, first off, I love the classic Transformer
It's just
style.
fantastic.
I love the fact that
Yeah.
I'm poised to just crush you in my hand when you're fired. I also am curious about the fact that, burning candles became the default of my nipples. I mean, that's literally
That's probably
canon
one of
what
my favorite
nipples
parts.
in any depiction of the Church of Failure, the flaming nipples are like front and center. They're an iconic piece of my lore at this point. No matter what style anyone gives me, apparently I have to have candle nipples.
I mean, at this point, you either need to go get your nipples pierced with like little flame symbol nipple rings, or 2, go get tattoos over your nipples of little flames.
How awkward is it? This is the point that I reveal that I actually had my nipples pierced and took the piercings out, which as a man means you probably shouldn't get your nipples re-pierced. I worked with a guy at one point who ran a craft beer distillery as well as did piercings on the side.
Wait, what?
I was 17 and he invited me over to try one of his new beers, and somehow after about 6 of them I got talked into getting my nipple pierced. And I looked down at it after the severe amount of pain I had just endured, and I said, well, go ahead and do the other one so I don't have to sit through this bullshit again.
Well, so some dude talked your drunk 17-year-old ass to his place to have beers and get your nipples pierced. Are you sure that's the only part of your body that got penetrated?
I'm not.
That day?
I'm not. I hope it was.
Okay.
I had someone there to protect me who didn't drink. And they said that was the only part of my body that got penetrated. So I'm trusting them. Maybe I'll have to get them on the show sometime to defend my honor. I don't know. I'd love to talk about children of the dumb. I mean, isn't that me at this point for what I just admitted? He means children of the atom. Jump in the waiting room if you're not already there. Let me check. Are you there? You're not there. Jump in the waiting room. We'll bring you in.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Unless you're not in the Discord.
This is my toolbox. We'll build thermonuclear devices for food. Wait a minute. Why? Oh, that's me fucking up. In fact, I need to pause that. How's OBS doing? Is OBS compensating okay? Okay. How's the stream doing, guys? Is it skipping? Are there issues at all? Like, I didn't plug my hardwire in until about halfway through the opening segment. So,
Of course.
well, you know how I do.
Let's see. It looks like he's in the waiting room.
All right, let's bring him on. Rune Knight 3, aka. Hold on, Discord being a bitch. I'm gonna drop out and drop back in. There we go. Come on, don't be a cunt, Discord. Denny's in there too, motherfucker. You better connect. That's better. I'm here.
What the hell just happened? Oh shit.
Alright. So Denny kicked the door down and then played Stone Cold's intro. Who are you going to throw a stunner on tonight, Denny?
Oh, wow. What? Huh? What? I'm the drunkest I've ever been appearing on this show.
Okay.
Well,
I
I keep connecting and disconnecting, so give me a second. Let me make sure you guys are turned up loud enough. I'm going to boost everybody to 90% because apparently you were quiet for Matt Christie earlier. So, alright. Everybody sound check real quick. Denny, you first.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Joseph, you next.
check 1, check 2, testicle.
Sexy. Ayrton.
Hello. What the fuck just happened?
I can hear everybody. I'm not dropping out of the call anymore. Denny just kicked the door down after I pulled in a caller. So we're gonna, be good host here and let the caller go first. You can stick around
caller,
for Denny.
You go first.
All right.
Yeah.
I
Hi, Denny.
appreciate you,
Hi,
caller.
everybody. I appreciate that. I appreciate being appreciated. It makes me feel special. In
You
my
are special.
in my sad little cripple life.
This
You're
entire
crippled?
chat, this entire
yes.
chat is a bundle of sticks right now.
I-
We prefer the term
I,
handy-capable. Handy-capable,
Hey,
Rune Knight.
hey,
You
that's
said
our
triple.
word.
I was just echoing you.
Look, that's our word. You can't has it.
Oh, I was just hazing the word you has.
Stop
No,
trying
he's-
to culturally appropriate me.
I think he's talking to
Hey,
me, Denny. I'm fucking with him. Like, I wasn't giving you
Oh,
shit.
okay.
I was giving him shit for saying cripple.
Now that being said, I stand
Yeah.
by what I said. You are now the stall master. You are one of us.
Yes, that's correct. Well, I know how to fake rolling into a cripple stall in a wheelchair. Like, I'll
Look,
steal a
just-
wheelchair from a handicapped person
just-
any day of the week.
Look, just don't copy what I do, okay? Because I'm a master at falling down and not hurting myself, or falling down and hurting myself, and falling down and looking pathetic. Those are my things.
You were a professional
because you
wrestler
can't
before
feel
the
it.
day, right?
I mean, I should have been. I should have totally gone in for professional wrestling and been like,
I'm
You
the
could beat
mannequin.
Tonka
I'm sorry.
My dog could be Tonka Saw. What do you mean?
well, I mean, in all seriousness, last year, my mom and I started watching Lucha.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, this is neat. And it's like, it would be really cool had I gone in for professional wrestling, because I can just see myself, cripple limping in there and looking
Right.
all serious, and then, falling down repeatedly, but I don't stay down. I keep getting back up, and everyone's like, face! Because, the heel is beating up the cripple, and the cripple won't go down. That's an amazing story.
Yeah, right.
With all due respect,
You could-
who am I talking to right now? I didn't
This is
look at the
Joseph
guest before
McKeevy,
I started.
aka Rune Knight 3.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Yeah, you-
Rune Knight, have you ever speaking of crippled and wrestling? Have you ever heard that story? In
Do I need to get
ECW?
Crippled Jesus
forget
on
who
here?
the two
Show
re-
I can
anymore.
message him.
No. I was just saying. Have you ever heard Have you ever heard that story? It was ECW. I think it was Scott Steiner and somebody else. I can't remember who else it was. But they like went up into the stands when they were like wrestling. Right? It was a no holds bar, falls count anywhere. And like people in the stands were like handing them stuff to like hit each other with, like beer bottles and stuff.
Wasn't there sorry, go ahead.
One guy held up his prosthetic leg to Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
And Scott Steiner beat the shit out of the other guy with it.
What about that ECW? What about that ECW match with Mick Foley and I can't remember who he was facing, but basically they called for a steel chair and some like 50 steel chairs started flying towards the ring.
I have never.
I don't know that I'm aware of that.
I am a wrestling novice. My thing which surprises people is my folks used to be in historical recreation. You know, like the people that dress up in armor and swing at each other with swords.
We call that Red Fair.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's Ren Fair. No, it's Ren Fair now. When they were into it, it wasn't Ren Fair. It was much more like local and not BS. But I do that shit. And it surprises people because they're like, "Oh, I don't want to fight the little cripple kid. He's not." That's like, "Oh crap! What is he doing? How did he get tough with like a sword?" It's like,
a wheelchair is not very historically accurate. You got to ride around on a pony or something.
No. My mom would be the historically inaccurate wizard in a wheelchair. I can walk.
Real quick, Mrs. Church.
Okay.
Mrs. Church has requested that I tell Ayrton about the drawing that she lost on her iPad. Because we switched out of family sharing mode because she started using my credit card to buy things. But she lost the picture she was drawing because, you know, when your iCloud account shifts, I'm trying to figure out if we can get it back.
Yeah.
But she drew us, and you had a guitar axe, and you were just like fucking shit up. And there was a spray painted sign of a church that had been sprayed out and just had Church of Failure. And I was writing a Twitter eagle, like, God Emperor Trump.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm really sad that is lost to history.
That's pretty sweet.
But I did see it. And I have heard through the grapevine that another artist involved with the show has a piece in the works for us. I don't know who that might be. It's not like he could be here on the call or anything.
Some kind of atomic guy is working on something big for a new backdrop for the show. I've heard. But he wants to make it. He wants to make it really good, so he's going to take his time with it, and he's got a backlog of commissions to work on right now. So he really wants to make it good. But that is also what I've heard. So he's don't be impatient with him and don't yell at him. Is what he's saying to you right now.
Didn't
wait,
talk about how you're drunk?
Hold on. Don't be patient, but don't yell. Wait, am I supposed to?
Don't be.
Am I supposed to be impatient?
Don't be.
Am I supposed to be impatient and not yell? Denny, come on, Denny.
Don't be impatient and don't yell. You're freaking me out.
Look, the virus is real. He's saying don't be impatient.
I'm just fucking with him. I don't care.
Don't go to the hospital, man.
Also, I've had a fair amount of bourbon.
What you been drinking on tonight, Denny?
I'm on the bullet because I drank all my Basil Haydens, and one of my housemates keeps buying Wild Turkey 101, and I hate it. But he
Mountain
keeps buying
Dew.
It 'cause it's
Mountain
cheap.
Dew is the way to get Wild Turkey to go down easy.
Maybe
No.
Lobotomy.
Trust me, Mountain Dew. If you're worried about like full sugar sodas or whatever, they have a Mountain Dew Zero now. But Mountain Dew and Wild Turkey, it's like Mountain Dew and Southern Comfort.
What's worse, Wild Turkey 101 or Maker's Mark? Because both are extremely harsh.
Well, Wild Turkey
yeah, that's a hard
101
one.
has a better flavor, I think, but Maker's Mark 101 is just harsh and has a charcoal aftertaste.
Maker's Mark is some harsh shit, I will say.
Well, it's because it's charcoal filtered, and turkey isn't. Wild Turkey
Is that
actually
it?
has a barrel flavor.
But anyway, I was wondering if now would be a good, since we're on the bourbon talk and it's been well established I'm drunk. Would now be a good time for me to talk about my Who Cares segment?
Well, let's hear from the caller, because the specific reason he called in was to talk
Oh,
about
come
Children of the
on.
Atom.
He talked about being crippled.
Oh,
And that's why I want to give him the first segment about the Children of the Atom, Danny.
All right, go on with
Trying to get our
Adam.
diversity points in here.
All
God
right.
damn it!
Okay, so a couple of things, real quick. One, didn't us at AC said we were going to make something up for the Church of Fail?
Didn't who what? Huh? Say it slower.
I was just checking in with Church. Didn't we say we were going to make you guys up something for the fail?
I mean, now that you said you did, you did.
Okay, well,
Even if you
as soon
didn't,
as soon as our artists aren't dying of corona, I'll see about nudging my editor to be
Look,
like, hey,
just
go-
tell me
go
how
make
many-
those guys
just-
a thing.
just tell me how many rolls of toilet paper I need to send to Cure.
I don't know. I'll have to look into it.
Am I talking to a fellow art fag on here?
No,
Well,
I am a right fag, but I work for a company.
He has art bundles of sticks in his parallel employ.
Oh, neat.
But no, the other
Anyway,
thing is,
Children of
I
the
came
Atom.
to
I'm gonna
I came
because
to grumble
yeah, people-
about Children of the Atom.
All right, so anyway, the veteran artist and writer team of Vitya Ayala and Bernard Chang bring the greatest teenage superhero team of all time, which are blatant copies of the previous X-Men lineup. That includes a copy of Angel, a copy of Cyclops, a copy of Gambit, a copy of Nightcrawler, and a copy of Jean Grey, most of which are gender swapped and or trans and or I don't know, androgynous, one of the 57 undergenders, none of which are representations of the previous characters, but we're supposed to latch onto them and well, not only gender but racial swapped as well, because I see that Gambit is now a black girl. Anyway,
but 100% of which are retarded.
Yes.
Well, see, my thing is that even looking at this cover, which you have jumping back and forth between its classic and the
I don't have
reimagined-
CBR has that, or Marvel has that, not me.
Yeah. Well, it's up on the stream, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where I'm looking at it. My thing is it just inspires questions in me from a business perspective and a writing perspective, in the sense that they put out this video where they were previewing it very much like they did for New Warriors.
You're talking
And,
about the YouTube
and they
video,
were-
right?
Yeah,
All right.
and they
You want
were
me
so
to-
proud of it.
You want me to pull that up?
Oh no,
I don't
No,
care
I-
about copyright strikes.
I
I'm
don't
not
need to hear that cancer again. That hurt me on the inside.
I can mute it, and you and Denny could discuss it. Is what I'm getting at.
I guess.
Well, if
the
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but if I could
That's-
interject, I would say, like, hey man, join the club. We're all looking at this and wondering, what are they doing? Who are they selling to?
Well-
we're looking at 5G. We're looking at New Guardians. We're looking at Thundercats Go. We're looking at this whatever it is, the
But-
New Mutants,
Let him
X-Men,
let him
fake,
finish.
whatever it is.
Let him finish.
Yeah, we're all
Well,
looking at it and wondering who they're selling to.
Well, in this specific case, though, they're like, and they're all original characters, and they have all interesting backstories, and they're all so deep. And then the one clip they have where they're describing these backstories is they're all like toyetic, up to the moment. Hello, fellow children. This is the
Yeah.
internet age type background.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
no, I
well,
would agree.
well,
My
that's
problem.
that's why they had to create screen time so he could come in and explain to them that they could Google any question that they had on that phone that they check Instagram and TikTok on, right?
And I also want to bring up something weird in terms of power set. Just
Yeah.
something that I can't quite divest myself of.
Go ahead.
So okay, they got Warren Worthington. It's fine, and they're going to have a new Archangel who is a person of color. That's objectively fine. Except,
Sure.
don't we already have a wing guy of color? Isn't that just the Falcon?
Well,
But he's
his
not a
wings aren't
teenager.
actually wings; they're mechanical wings. And he's Captain
Right,
America.
but
You bigot! He's Captain America. I'm sorry. I'm just
He's not
fucking
a
with you.
he's not a teenager, and he can't help but sell to people on Hot Topic.
look,
Right.
all I'm
He's
gonna
not a
say
teenager who is illegally
Look,
being a vigilante, which is already illegal. I don't understand why there's a law.
Look, all I'm gonna say about Sam Wilson being Captain America is that clearly vibranium does some kind of radioactive brain damage to people, and this is why I don't like Wakanda.
Well, look. If
There's
we
a
took
lot
it,
of reasons to not like Wakanda.
if we took it at face value, Sam Wilson being Captain America is a major disservice to the fans for two reasons. First off, because Steve Rogers is, forever will be, and should never be dethroned from being Captain America. Secondly, because Sam Wilson picking up the shield should dawn the new age of a patriotic superhero called the American fucking Eagle, and they lost the fucking plot when they didn't call him that. I'm sorry. End rant.
Okay, so
That's a damn good point. That's a
first things
damn good
first.
point.
First things first, you were 100% correct. American Eagle was the way to go. Second thing, no, the Cap has passed the shield to other people. Other people have picked up the flag. It is solidly a thing that can be passed on. There's actually nothing wrong conceptually with
Yeah,
Sam
you guys
Wilson
are-
being the inheritor.
There's nothing
it's
wrong
how they did it. It's how
There's
they
nothing
did it.
wrong conceptually with passing the shield to Bucky Barnes when he's active.
Yeah,
Because he's
I
the
Which
was
they
only
saying-
one
also
deserving
did.
of the
do
actual
you guys
mantle.
remember? Do you guys remember when Bucky Barnes had the shield for like a fucking week before they abandoned
Right,
that?
but here's
That's
the
the thing, I
thing.
actually
Now,
liked-
let me finish.
actually
Let me
liked
finish.
Bucky Cap.
Hold on. Bucky Cap, or you give it to Falcon, but Falcon doesn't rebrand as Captain America because Falcon wasn't in the trenches with Cap in World War II. Falcon didn't get frozen cryogenically or abducted by Russians or whatever history you want to believe. Falcon got introduced in, I don't know, the mid '80s, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? Am I right there?
I do. No, I do
I'd have
believe
to
you're
dig.
right. It might be.
Ayrton,
might
can
be
you
late
fact check
70s.
that for me real quick? When did the Falcon get
I
introduced?
think he's
Yeah, I'll
late
check
70s.
it.
I think he's late 70s, but I have to look.
Yeah, I think it's late 70s.
Okay,
The
I
thing
thought
is
it was
that-
86 for some reason. I could
the
be
thing
thinking
is
about
that
somebody
this
else.
is
Go ahead.
this is the same stupid, and this is why it disappoints me. I'm not angry at Marvel. I'm disappointed at Marvel because they should know better.
Oh no, it's fine
This
to be
is the
angry at
same
Marvel.
stupid-
That's kind of how the
Oh,
channel is.
This
wow.
Th-
We're
this-
all wrong. 1969.
69, late
Oh, wow.
60s.
but
Still
this
after
is the
Black
same
Panther, though,
stupid.
right?
this is the same stupid though.
I think
that,
it's around the same time.
that DC had several years ago with the Battle for the Cowl, where they
Yeah.
decided that like the only true inheritor is Dick Betts, except for Damian Wayne, who swears up and down that he should get it because one author says so. We all knew this wouldn't stick. We all
Dick
knew
Grayson.
of it.
That
We all
that
knew
one
eventually.
that one
Speaking of-
author
no,
was
let me enter.
fine.
I'm
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
you're
no,
the host,
you're
go
right.
ahead.
You're right. I've cut you off twice. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. Well, if I could interject here, if we're all not being stupid for a second, if we're gonna be real about this, the inheritor of the cowl, if Bruce Wayne were to die or stop in his current timeline, the inheritor of the cowl is Dick Grayson. Like, are we all like dumb?
If he
Like,
accepts
Dick Grayson is the
If-
real.
If he wants
accepts
it.
it, but he's the real successor to the cowl. Like, I mean, and if not him, Terry Gillis, but that would be in a future timeline. But still, Dick Grayson is like Batwing can go fuck himself. Damian
see,
Wayne can go fuck himself. Red
Damian-
Hood can go fuck himself.
Damian Wayne got
They can all
vindicated.
go fuck themselves.
Damian Wayne got vindicated in the DC's timeline when Batman got killed, and while he was still lucid, gave Alfred a briefcase to give to Damian that, had his own bat suit. And even Poison Ivy could
Right.
recognize he was mini bat at the time. But it was a
Yeah, exactly.
A
No, that's
true-
exactly the point. He's mini Bat. He
But
can be
it was a-
Batboy, or he
it
can
was
be
a true
Batmite,
to
but
story
he can't be
pass off is what I'm
Batman.
getting off. Like, definitely you give it to Dick first. If Dick doesn't take
What-
it, you give it to Todd.
I think Jason Todd or Tim Drake.
Right.
No.
Tim Drake
What
is awesome as Red Robin, by the way.
Go
But
ahead.
what I'm actually
Sorry.
getting at, what's actually pertinent here, is we know it's not going to stick. We know that it's not going to be profound, and it's not that it couldn't be profound. It totally could. Because if we take your nugget, if we say Cap passes the shield to Sam Wilson says, I'm not going to be the Cap, but I will safeguard this. I will hold it until someone who is worthy appears, and then passes it on like
No.
freaking Thor to the next
Well,
dude.
It's not
that'd
even
be
like
great.
he doesn't even have to hold it for somebody worthy. He is worthy. I just don't think he's Captain America because in
Sure.
the age he came up in, like, you turn Steve. I'm going to go off in a bit of a rant here, and I'm
Yeah, no,
sorry
go,
for
Liam,
like breaking
go.
into it, but
It's your
they
show, man.
turned Steve Rogers into a fucking Antifa member after they made him a Nazi to try and retcon shit, right? Like,
Hail Hydra.
right, it was Hail Hydra, then it was
Hail
Steve
Hydra.
Rogers, like, bashing Nazis in American public because they were right wing. It was such a fucking heel turn, like, to use a wrestling term, to go back to the...
Yeah, no, I know.
But
Turn.
it was such a heel turn for Steve Rogers over the course of, 4 years, that the name Captain America is kind of a shit stain at this point. Not to be,
Well, this brings us back
alliterative.
to Children of the Atom. No, this brings us back to Children of the Atom because
Yeah.
that's the problem. Is over at the House of Ideas, the people currently writing seem to think that superherodom is not a character; it is a racing sticker. The physical person is a car, and their uniform is just an identifier that we can remove and put on someone else, and then that person can be that person. And that doesn't work that way.
So
You
what
know
you're
what's a
saying,
good example?
what
You know
you're
what's a
saying
good
is
example of that?
Booster Gold?
No, I was gonna say Captain Cold Jr. becoming the new Flash in 5G. That's
Oh, yeah,
a perfect
fuck that.
example of you just
Fuck
put
that.
the label on them and they're the
Fuck
new
that.
hero.
Wally for life.
Yeah,
But then
what the fuck were they thinking?
But then we also have the
Or
issue
Bart.
that
Wally
we
or
had
Bart.
with
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But we also have the issue we have with the new Warriors. You look at these Earthshaw's X-Men Inheritors, and I mean, sure, the Archangel guy's not half bad. I don't actually mind the Cyclops girl, but who wants to look like Gambit? Who wants to be that character? And who wants to be Asian Nightcrawler?
And what's with the weird helmet things they're all wearing?
As many times as she nailed him, I think Rogue wanted to be Gambit.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's true.
I'm willing to bet B negative wishes he was Gambit.
The thing is in particular is being only a light X person. I'm not really into X overall. There are a few characters I love, and one of them is Nightcrawler, because Nightcrawler is Errol Flynn as a teleporting demon man. He's amazing. I love happy, friendly, romantic Nightcrawler with a fundamental core of good. Any story where they're like, we're going to do a dark, evil Nightcrawler, I'm like, no.
Technically,
go away.
Nightcrawler is Rogue's brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
While we're on with Caller, I actually, while we're on the subject, since you love Nightcrawler, I wanted to ask. I always ask this question, and I can never seem to get a straight answer.
Okay.
So, Nightcrawler, in canon, his dad is some interdimensional teleporting demon pirate.
Yep.
Literal demon.
His mom is Mystique.
Yep.
So, much like Namor, does he get his powers from being half interdimensional traveling demon or from being mutant? Like, does Namor get his powers from being Atlantean, or does Namor get his powers from being a mutant? Where does their powers come from?
Well, if you look at how... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I just wondered. I was gonna let me cap that off. Yeah. What do you think that adds to the mystique of Nightcrawler's character? Because personally, I like that he was a mutant that was dejected. He was born in a Catholic family. He has no control over his appearance or like what he looks like or what his power set is. and he's born into this faith, so it's kind of like a conflict. It's a personal conflict for that character. I think making him half interdimensional demon cheapens it. Like,
No,
you know
no,
what I mean? Like,
that's the thing, is Namor gets his powers from being an Atlantean, because otherwise Atlanteans don't matter in the Marvel setting. Because they're just
Right.
mutants.
Well, he was just an answer to Aquaman.
Well, yeah, but they
To
have
be
you
fair,
know, they made
Namor
it,
is labeled and marketed as the first mutant. So he is canonically
but
considered a mutant.
Yeah, but what part of his powers are mutant and what part of his powers are Atlantean?
That doesn't matter. It's never defined. It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
But then the thing about Nightcrawler,
Same with Nightcrawler.
The thing about Nightcrawler specifically is that all of the stuff that you've just outlined, his parentage as being his father being a demon, and all of that, I hate to tell people, that's just bad writing. That is a deconstruction.
You're right.
It's a deconstruction that didn't need to happen.
It's bad writing.
Because Nightcrawler...
Got him! Got him!
Nightcrawler's origin was already established, and it was character defining. Taking that background and saying, and it was all a lie, and your father is a demon, which means you are too.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, it doesn't just cheapen his origin. It specifically destroys the narrative strength that anyone, especially someone with a deep physiological deformity, can overcome it and be loved and have friends and be a good person.
Another good example of that would be Peter Parker's parents retroactively becoming agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like,
right?
It's so much cooler that Peter Parker
that shit
got bit by a spider and developed the web slingers himself. But no, his parents were agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they knew about the spider, and his father developed the web slingers. And it cheapens the backstory.
Let me talk serious.
Well, let me slide in there real quick. Back to Nightcrawler. I will say one thing that adding that backstory has over like Parker and Namor, I'm not as familiar with, but it is kind of in line with canonically how his power set works. When he teleports, he opens up a portal to that demon dimension that he travels through and then reappears in our dimension.
Real quick, hold on. Hey, real quick, I'm just warning everybody.
Yeah.
Brace yourselves.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But go ahead. Just brace yourselves.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, so at least I have a bad feeling about this, but canonically, at least the demon parentage kind of makes sense to how Nightcrawler's power set actually works. If you're following what I'm saying, I'm not saying it's good writing, but at least they seem to try a little bit better than making Peter Parker's parents agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to try and explain some of his stuff.
If it had been more of a Mystique was into some awful occult stuff because she's that kind of stupid and cut a deal and had a demon baby and he had nothing to do with it, that would be better.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
The implication is that he is some kind of extensive demonic fifth column, and it brings into question all of his motivations and all of his character development, and that's really kind of shitty. But more than that, if I can be dour and not fun for the moment, and I apologize in advance. We've been making jokes about, hey, cripples, and well, the thing is that I have cerebral palsy. It is reasonably slight. I do not need a wheelchair. I am fully functional in all of the ways that are important. Ladies, single. The thing is that if I'm sitting down, you can't tell. Right? If I'm on the bus and I'm just hanging out, you can't tell. If I stand up and I start walking around, you can see it. And it ranges from Lurch to Igor to I just kind of walk funny. And that's all cool. Right? I am as close in a meaningful real-world sense to a mutant as we get. I didn't get powers. I got suck.
Can I get a you rang before you leave?
The thing is that if you're a writer at Marvel and you're writing a narrative for young people, for people with variant body types, for people with troubled sexual identity, for people with mental struggle and physiological struggle, and you're trying to make the X-Men this massive template to cover all minorities and difficulties, so everyone feels
They're not trying to make the
special.
X-Men that. They're trying to make the New Warriors that. They're trying to make safe
They're
space
trying to
Even-
make
and
Marvel
Snowflake,
Any-
that.
screen
any-
time, Trailblazer, and be negative. The face of that
Here's the
diverse
thing, though.
cast.
But here's the thing, though. Any superhero, if you're trying to say that anyone can be a hero, right? And you have this character that is already exemplifying that excellently. Because who the hell doesn't want to be Errol Flynn with a tail?
Yeah,
Right?
Wait, who are we
Uh,
talking about? Errol Flynn
why
with the
would-
tail?
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah.
I would love to be able to teleport around doing Johnny Depp on a pirate ship while sword fighting bad guys. I'm down. Let's go. And then you take that away from me by recontextualizing the story to make that character less special. That kind of sucks and is not good business model.
If everybody's super, nobody's super.
Yeah,
Like the
just-
Incredibles.
and
Just to address the
Joe,
chat
I
real-
wasn't
Go ahead.
saying it was done well.
No,
I'm just
no,
saying at least in the context they did do it, you could kind of see how it at least in a way made more sense than some of the
I'm not-
other weird, heritage retcons that they've
Hey,
done.
I'm not playing the cripple card to like say I win this
Let me-
argument. I'm just saying
Oh no.
that I totally can see your point, and I even can agree with it. It's like, yeah, maybe it's not as bad as some other retconny stories they've done.
It could have
right?
definitely been done so much better though.
It could have been done better, and now we have bicycle helmet Nightcrawler.
Let me address the
you
chat
know-
real quick, guys. Real quick.
Yeah.
Sure.
Novel Bro says, "Is Beast a demon half breed, or actually, Beast is a product of his own hubris? He tried to cure being a mutant, and
And it made it worse.
Yeah, in using a serum, he actually enhanced his own mutation, which gave him hand-like feet and increased agility and body mass.
But he is
see-
full mutant.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
is.
see,
He is
I'm
a full breed. He is a full breed mutant. He has no connection to being a demon like Nightcrawler does.
Or an
Basically,
Atlantean.
well, and I think that actually kind of ties back into everything. Mystique bangs everything, including demons and Wolverines. Mystique will literally let
Real-
everything stick it in. Like she
Wait a minute.
calls-
Real-
wait a-
real-
wait a
real-
minute.
Real quick, before we get into everything Mystique banks, because that could be an hour-long conversation.
well,
Oh,
we
that's
only
more
have.
than an hour.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I wanted
yeah.
to-
5
I
hour
wanted- I
stream,
wanted
ladies and
to-
gentlemen.
I wanted to do my quick segment real quick because I
Yeah,
do have to
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Do you
well,
have
I
something specific? I thought you were just here to bitch about the children of the atom.
Well, I was just gonna make an announcement to the Gospel of Comics crew.
Oh, are you
Bring
gonna-
up that
are you gonna-
screenshot while he's
are you-
at it?
Are you gonna
Testify.
hold on? Are
It's-
you gonna reveal your behind the scenes your
Some
behind the
of
scenes
it,
position? Oh, please,
yeah,
by all
well,
means.
I am a producer for Gospel of Comics, and
Yes.
it's not nailed down yet, but I think that I have booked a pretty exciting guest,
An interesting
who might have
individual
some-
Who you need to stay back
yeah.
from when he comes on?
Yeah, yeah. Stay the fuck back might be a good idea because he
Right.
is dangerous.
Right.
He
yes.
wields an axe.
Right.
But it's not confirmed yet. But
He
it's
rose from
looking
the
like he
ashes.
might come on to give some takes about Comicsgate, and I should say when he comes on, it won't be adversarial.
No.
Church and I are obviously
No,
Comicsgate fans. We
I
both
I
like
wear
David and the
I
Red
wear a
Skyper.
host hat. When you come on this show, you get the VIP treatment. I personally roll out the red carpet for you. If you're
But
smart like
he's-
me, though,
he's-
you have red carpet insoles in your shoes, so you're always walking on red carpet.
like Tom
Exactly.
Haverford.
That's correct. Yes. After
Um,
Ron
if-
Swanson, he is the original gangster.
but if this guest comes on, it won't be adversarial. But he has some spicy takes on Comicsgate, so we'd like to pick his brain about that. So I think
Of
that might
course.
be something the Gospel of Comics audience could get excited for. Slightly a larger name guest than I would say has been on the show before would be correct, right?
Well, I mean, we have had Don Chen on. Let's be. I mean, in
Well,
relevance, side by
I would s-
side, they're about equal at
I-
least. I think.
Okay. I think maybe
In this
especially with the
sphere,
background our audience probably
in this
has,
in
they
this
would probably
sphere,
recognize.
I think the guest that you're implying is definitely a bigger draw. I mean, fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. So stay tuned for that and see if he drops by. But I just wanted to come by and give a teaser and again make clear it won't be adversarial. We won't be
No.
grilling him on Comicsgate.
I
Yeah.
at least won't. Absolutely. Anybody
I'll
else?
try.
I can't speak for, but I personally will not, and will be fair.
We're gonna
at
lock
every
the door so
opportunity.
Denny and Poe can't show up.
No, I'm not going to do that either. I'm 100% a free speech advocate, like Nick Rekieta and Dick Masterson. If you have a piece to say it. But me personally, I welcome any particular guest and their views onto the Gospel of Comics, regardless of how I feel about you personally in any regard of the situation. That's
Which is
fair,
fair.
right, Denny?
Oh yeah, no, that's fair. But I would think it's a good thing to mention that both you and I think probably Ayrton are probably old fans of this potential
Yeah.
guest too. So it's not as though
we
we're
definitely
one-sided
have
on the
enjoyed
issue.
their content. Fuck yeah!
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Since
but I
since
just
way
wanted
back
to-
in the day.
I kind of just wanted to drop that teaser and blip off the radar, but we got into a
Yeah.
whole thing about Nightcrawler and Namor and stuff. But that was
Oh.
cool.
Well-
but I do have to get going.
Before you go, I think there's one thing you need to be present for.
Oh no.
Oh,
Sorry, guys. It took a while
Hey.
to get those trousers around my ankles. I was too busy there. I just thought, need to keep away from the chip fat with my.
Novel
Anytime-
bro, I'm glad you're here.
Anytime I
hey,
feel
Novel
like
bro.
anytime I feel like I sound too drunk to be on the stream, Novel Bro shows up to save me. He sounds 100% more drunk than I could ever be.
Even when he's sober.
And,
Yeah,
and
that's
now
me
that
waking
Novel
up and
Bro's
falling
here,
asleep.
now that Novel Bro's here, I can retire. I actually do got to go. But thanks for
All right, Denny.
thanks for having
Check
me
your
on.
DMs on Twitter, by the way.
Okay, cool. I will. You guys have a good night, and
You too, buddy.
good night to the audience.
And
Yeah.
As well.
by the way, Denny, just real quick,
Yeah.
You're fired.
I am not.
You're fired.
get out,
So,
Go to
See you
bed.
guys.
See you, Denny.
later, man.
so
Catch you
real
soon.
quick,
So-
while I'm lurking here in the corner like a tumor.
No, man, you're good.
I just want to say that
You're on the show until you decide to leave.
Okay. I just want
Yeah.
to say that I'm also a curmudgeon because I don't like Animal Beast, the beast that is the newest beast with
Oh,
like
cat
the
beast?
lion face.
Kitty cat beast?
No, I want classic beast with the like square chin and the roguish good looks while quoting philosophy.
I want
I
classic.
miss beast.
Look, I want classic Beast because he can fit into the ethno state.
Oh, you mean right when he was going to be like go back to being a football guy? That
Yeah,
beast?
yeah. No, rugby guy, not
Yeah,
football.
that's the
Football
one.
is soccer,
That's
and
the
they're skinny. No, I want the rugby. I want the rugby guy.
The rug beast.
Yeah, rugby. You know what?
I'm down
That's
for
that's
that.
a parody comic. If you've ever seen one, get on it.
Should I DM Don Chin?
The steroid infused fantastic rugbies.
New
Well-
book from Parody Press.
That's right. That's right.
The raucous rugbeast and his agent, who is a bull lesbian.
Trademark Gospel of Comics.
That's right.
For anybody else.
That's right. Novel Bro, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm unemployed.
Oh shit!
So you're drunk.
No, wait. As COVID-19 has the coof gotten your job?
Apparently so. Every place is fucking shutting down.
No shit. How many cases in your country right now?
Well, Scotland had its first death a couple of days ago, and I think there may be more. I don't know, but
Motherfucker, my
Getting
state
quick
had its
fucked
first
up.
death a couple of days ago, and we only have 35 cases. What are you talking about?
Oh man, you guys are lacking behind. I'm up to
I
5
know,
or
we
6 deaths and
We
like
gotta get those
700
fucking.
cases.
We gotta get those veteran numbers. You feel me? Let me pull up my official sources. But go ahead, Novel Bro. You're unemployed, like because of Corona Chan.
Yeah.
Did you
Well,
at least have
effectively, yeah.
sufficient provisions?
Well, the thing is, there's still opportunities around, and apparently my job is still safe. It's just the site is closed, and that's no use to me. So I'm going to go to the local equivalent, well, the local UK equivalent to Walmart, which is Asda, which is owned by
yes.
Walmart.
I know of Asda. Isn't it more white trash than Walmart?
Maybe not in
Depends which
Australia
aisle you walk down, really.
or Scotland.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So, as of 3 hours ago, in my state, we are up to 94 deaths.
Damn.
Yep, I'm in Washington State. I'm in a high toxicity area.
How long have
Ooh,
you been
you're
self-quarantined?
screwed, buddy.
Well, that's the thing, is that even if I was self-quarantined, I still walk down the street to my job at my folks' place. My mom is over 60, and my dad drives van taking people to their appointments and stuff. So I am like high likelihood to catch from someone. I just have very specific trains of where I'm going to get it and how we're going to spread it.
Right.
The thing is that at the same time, no, my dad has the exact same thing Novel Bro's got going on. The company he's working for is telling people, it's like, apply for your unemployment now, because we're going to have to lay you off, and when this is passed, we will bring you back on. And I mean, that sounds nice, but that could be bad.
Dude, Novel Bro, you have 7 deaths in Scotland. Or 7 Scottish people dead, according to the BBC.
Yeah, Michigan is fucking that all up right now. Like right now, Michigan's sitting at 8. One state in the United States has fucked your whole country, Novel Bro. What are you doing? Do you need a chest box, Ayrton?
Oh, I would love to do chest boxing, but what happens if I contract coronavirus?
No, I got M95 masks for all participants in future chest boxing matches.
Yeah, boy.
Look, the obvious answer is the obvious answer is box coronavirus. Punch it into submission.
Oh, that was our plan all along.
No. We can't do that. I'm actually planning to smoke it under the table with this OG Kush.
Funny you should mention that. I was on Facebook recently.
I'm sorry for your poor life decisions.
No, it's not really a life decision. Either way, it's Facebook. Dick Masterson's on Facebook for some reason. Although I think he's purely on that to fuck with Maddox, but that's neither here nor there.
Masterson is on day 6 of fucking being home alone with 80s girl, like, for real.
Oh boy!
I'm surprised he's actually still alive.
But, yeah,
Trailblazers Kryptonite. She can only use double doors.
Yeah, that sounds about right. She's got a
For
bit
anybody
of
that
the,
doesn't
the
know,
whiteness going on
this is
there.
Trailblazer. You only use double doors, according to Matt Christie.
And their backpack doubles up as a rape.
Look, I want to be fucking fairly clear here. This bitch is a complete and utter knockoff of a character from a Nickelodeon sitcom called All That back in the early 2000s, in which
I thought
was
she
it?
was Dora the
No. She's Dora the
I'm looking
Explorer
up the
mixed
gay
with
Ben
Bag and
10.
Sag and Barry, played by Keenan, I believe was his name. Let me see if I can find the fucking video. I'll pull it up for you guys. I'll put it in show links. Let me pull this up. But does anybody? Am I the only one on the panel that knows Bag and Sag and Barry? Am I gonna have to find this for all of you? Is nobody gonna back me up just on merit while I pull up the link?
No. We were backstagging over.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, Ayrton doesn't know. Novel Bro, are you full of shit?
No, we did the bag sagging. That's where you actually thinking up the straps where the bag sits lower on your back.
No. Bag and Sag and Barry. I'm gonna pull it up. It's like 5 minutes long, but we'll play it at 50% speed. I'm gonna copy it right now. Or not 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50,
Anything to take my eyes off of Trailblazer's.
Oh,
Yeah.
is
Anything
Trailblazer
to take my
bothering
eyes
you?
off of Trailblazer's gun.
That bothering you, Novel Bro?
No,
Do I need to fix it?
No, just the gun that she possesses. Just the gun.
The fupa, right?
Hey, girls, you wouldn't happen to have a pen, would you?
Yeah, the fupa that could double up to become 4 fuppers.
All right. I got it pulled up. I'm gonna drop it in show suggestions. Everybody can pull it up from there. Let me know when you got it queued up at 000.
Yeah.
We will hit go at that point. So anytime you guys are ready, whenever you want to just go into show suggestions.
What playback speed are we doing this at?
Regular. I was being facetious.
Oh. Ow. Okay, well then I'm ready.
Do it, I'm ready.
Everybody good? I'm gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, girls, you wouldn't happen to have a pen, would you?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's Bag and Sag and Barry! Hey, Barry. Hey, did I hear you say you needed a pen? Uh-huh. Go ahead, shoot.
Are you fucking with me right now?
What color? You enjoy pink. Hey, keep it. The whole thing? Thanks. All right.
Hey, Barry, I forgot my lunch.
Okay. Clam chowder?
I love clam chowder.
All right.
Hey, Barry, can you give me a ride home?
Why, yes, I can.
Ooh, nice editing there, 1990.
There you go. Drive safe.
Hey.
All right. You're the best, Bag and Sag and Barry. You know it's true. Right on. Bag and Sag and Barry. Bag and Sag and Barry. Bag and Sag and Barry.
Barry, you got any pumpkin juice?
Could be.
Well, wait, I wanted pumpkin juice. This is a pumpkin.
Well, just squeeze it.
Well, I don't want to squeeze it. Thanks anyway.
Wait a minute. This has never happened. See, I always have what everybody wants. Nobody's got pumpkin juice.
I do. 1 can of pumpkin juice? Thanks.
Wait a minute.
I'm pausing at 131. Can we just say that back in the late 90s, early 2000s, that there was already racial and gender diversity in media? What I see here is
Right.
an African American male and a Caucasian female presiding for dominance in whose pants have the better interdimensional pocket.
I mean, all that was the shit back in the day.
And a bag of chips. It was all that and a bag of chips, son!
See, this is just where I feel like I'm some kind of old man, weirdly out of my time, because I thought we defeated racism in the 70s, what with Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa dancing in the ocean. I thought that was when it was dead, guys.
No, because that led to Hulk Hogan and Zeus at WrestleMania 20 something. Racism wasn't defeated until after that.
Oh.
You guys tried, but you failed miserably. We're the ones who did.
we could not kill the beast.
Yeah, we killed racism only to be labeled as racist. It was great. Anyway, I'm gonna hit play at
I believe I have a
131.
name for that. Hold on a minute.
I'm gonna hit play at 131. And 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm bagging, sagging, burying. Just who do you think you are?
Well, I'm bagging, sagging, Mary.
What? That's illegal. Something bad like that.
I don't think so.
Is that a Latino
I
girl?
have more stuff in my
Latina?
pants than you.
Oh, yeah.
It's Latina.
Oh, yeah? Prove it. Let's go.
All right, let's
That's
go. I'll bring it.
racist.
Okay. A purple balloon.
I just want to know when it became socially acceptable to refer people by
Purple
their
balloon.
name and
Pink
styles.
Yesterday.
Drink cocktail.
Pink velvet red
I mean,
polka dots.
if that was when.
Pink velvet red polka dot.
With matching remote. Well, you got a matching remote?
Oh!
Oh shit, she got him.
Could be. No. No. Look, you can change the channels right here in the front, see?
Ring up!
Motherfucker just chucked the TV at them.
He just threw fucking TV at him!
You happy? I'm going away now. Goodbye.
Jesus.
Bagging, Mary! Yeah, bagging, Mary!
Like clam chowder.
God, the night were fucking weird, weren't they, guys?
Fair point.
We watched this shit for entertainment. In our
We did.
formative
And loved
years.
every second of it.
In our formative years. This is worse than Power Rangers, guys. This is just a
That's
bunch of
feeling so
minorities
much.
pulling shit out of their pants to entice us.
Oh, I'm gonna say-
Like, literally, Chris Hansen should be on
And
this
now
case
that's a-
right now.
And now there's a whole porn category and meme around that.
By the way, I'm paused
Oh,
at 2:58. I'm sorry. I didn't announce the time. I'll
Okay.
admit my mistake.
Pause, you fuck.
I still got to pull up the trailer for Bloodshot, and we have to talk about what a travesty that shit is. But this is
We touched
this
on
is,
what, a third of what we decided to talk about on tonight's show?
Shut up. This is this is entertaining.
It is entertaining. You know what I'm doing? Well, no, I'm not gonna have time to binge watch.
Pour another shot of whiskey.
now.
That's what you're doing right now.
I
After you
already
press-
did.
After you press play on 258 right now, unless anybody else wants to pipe in, Novel Bro, Joseph, go ahead.
I mean, my thing is, I want to tell everybody you should totally be watching Metalocalypse while you're quarantined. It's free on Adult Swim, but whatever.
But do you not see how
He's got a point there.
Do you not see how Trailblazer was stolen from the character of Bag and Sag and Barry?
I do see that.
I mean, that's the thing, is that every single facet of this process is on some level stolen. The thing is that anybody in the writer sphere who is at least a little bit familiar with the process of writing freely admits we're hacks. We steal things, right? But it's not about whether or not you took stuff. That's expected. It's how well did you cover it up? And this is lazy. That is its primary sin. It's super lazy.
Right.
Look, I will
I mean, it's
throw
like
a
Robert Plant always said when.
Simply Irresistible? Oh, no. Wrong Plant. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, Robert Plant, when Led Zeppelin kept getting sued back in the day, he said, well, there's nothing new under the sun. So fuck you guys.
I thought he said Simply Irresistible.
He might have at some point.
It's the other plant that I'm thinking about. Anyway, you guys ready?
Not your weekend
258?
hobbies, Church. Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to hit play in 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm bagging, sagging, sad. Who's that? Who's there? Hi, I'm Clayton. Look, old man, I'm having a bad day.
Let's
and
kill.
It's gonna get worse if you call me old man again. You ain't too old for me to whoop. My son, what's trouble? Well, I thought I had the biggest, baggiest pants in the world. And then I met bagging, sagging Mary. Hello? Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the time I went.
Me, during the show,
Look here,
every
man,
week.
Sagan. You never know how good you are until you meet someone who can challenge you. You see, you've been blessed with magic trousers. Use your gift. You gotta reach down deep in your pants and pull out things you never knew you had. Reach down deep.
Like a giant penis.
You should know a thing or two about my pants. That's the truth. You take care now, son. Okay? It was nice meeting you. Nice meeting you too. And reach down deep. How about a telephone? Cordless.
Cellular. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln? Are you out of your mind? It can't be done. You're whack.
You gotta reach down deep in your pants. Pull out things you never knew you had. Reach down.
M. Lincoln.
Wait!
Took 5 years in the past.
Abraham Lincoln?
Sagging Berry. Sagging Berry. Sagging Berry.
Now we got the pretty much thing. We just pitch you into a sketch about Abraham Lincoln.
Sagging Berry. Hey, you wanna go see a movie?
Comedy?
Popcorn.
Baggin' Saggin' Barry and Baggin' Saggin' Mary fell deep in love and got married 3 years later. They live happily in Baggy, California, where they're raising 3 baggin' saggin' children, Jerry, Sherry, and Gary.
It's all in the pants.
And now,
God, where did entertainment go when I was a kid? Hello.
I want to know.
Go ahead. Somebody talk besides me, for fuck's sake.
I was going to say, what the hell were these writers on? Jesus.
All the drugs I'm currently doing.
Well, that's the thing. The reason I'm not saying much is I hate fun. I'm a well-known, again, curmudgeon. Because I didn't care for this show when I was old enough to be the demographic. I watched other things.
Fair enough.
I was an outside child.
Oh, that's the thing. I miss outside kids. We need to send children outside.
I mean, that's where they get hurt. That's where they get hurt in coronavirus.
Well, I mean, maybe that's the problem. My folks had me read Thoreau.
Henry David
So,
Thoreau
no,
or Jethro Tull?
Yeah. No, Henry David Thoreau.
I would have accepted the answer yes or yes.
I mean, sure. the thing is like there's this parable at the beginning of On Walden Pond where yeah, that's right. We're going philosophy. We're going serious, deep.
Initiate sequence.
Makes this argument that if you have a child and they want a knife, right? If you give it to them, they will cut themselves on it repeatedly. If you work them through the process of selecting the wood, getting the metal, sharpening the blade, fitting it in, preparing it, and learning how to handle it, yes, they will cut themselves, but they will only cut themselves once, or they will cut themselves proportionally less, because they understand the value and the significance of the item, right? Well, we used to send kids outside. They used to get scabbed knees and hurt elbows and bruises, but they also understood that, pain is temporary, that recovery is innate, that, there is challenge in the world. We don't. Not only do we have everybody wins, but now we have everybody wins, and the world outside is dangerous. Stay in your house.
Don't go outside,
COVID.
Timmy. There's autism in the grass.
Novel bro, I hope you know that I love you, but I can't bring that image up on stream.
Of course you can.
Well, I mean,
it's censored, but no, I can't.
I mean,
I can't in good faith bring that image up on stream. It'll just enforce towers to be built. I don't need any towers to be built in my name, Novel bro.
I mean, now I have to ask the terrible question. Does that mean that Pokemon is the descent of Western civilization because children literally are hunting for autism in the tall grass?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
And what's the meme? God, what's the Dick Masterson shirt? The one that I'm thinking about? Autism. God, it's a Dick Masterson shirt to deal with autism, but I can't think of the meme. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm gonna be helpful. I'm gonna be helpful now that I've distracted us and been all kinds of trouble. By saying,
look, you're working your way into a co-host role doing that. So I mean, don't apologize.
I'm gonna. I gotta rely on you, Koof. I really do. I'm familiar with the character's existence. I know how old it is. I remember when it was new. I don't know shit about Bloodshot.
Oh.
So as an uninformed, having already seen the trailer previously,
which we're gonna watch
this
in
doesn't
just a
look
minute.
half bad, and yeah, and it's fine. But I was like, oh, this doesn't look half bad, and it's not Marvel, so I'm vaguely interested. Not because I have a problem with Marvel
looks
films,
a lot
but
bad.
just I would like. Well, the thing is that I don't have a problem with Marvel films, but I do like the idea of having choice. And having the choice between DC or a Marvel, and they're basically the same, was not so good. So I was like, oh, maybe third party. Maybe this will be good.
Let me fuck that up for you.
If it's not good, I want to know how.
Let me fuck that up for you before you ever get to the starting line. Heather Antos is a big voice in the board on Valiant Comics. Heather Antos. Heather, cancel you for even looking at a woman's cleavage, Antos. Heather, I'm going to push fate into popularity whether it kills everyone on the creative team or not, Antos.
See, that's just unfortunate because I actually am a reasonably large fan. I know that there are people who think I'm a pleb for this. Of oh god, the actor's name just popped back in my head. Groot.
Wait,
Bloodshot.
Groot?
He's right there.
Yeah.
The actor. His name is
Vin
just
Diesel.
eluded me, even though I know. Yeah, Vin Diesel. I'm a huge fan of Vin Diesel. I have straight up said that Vin Diesel is like one of the few men on Earth as a person that is open to heartbeats that I'd be like, yeah, I'd go for that. He's on my bucket list. I want to play D&D with Vin Diesel before I die. Right?
I mean,
I think Vin Diesel deserves good movies, and I'm like really sad if he's in a movie
100%.
that's not good.
No, 100%. But Vin Diesel is all right. So let me break this down for you. I feel
He's
like
kind
we
of a
should watch the
one-note
trailer
actor.
first. Like we
Yes.
really should watch the trailer first.
Let's do.
Okay. Let me pull it up and get it queued up. All right. So I put it in show suggestions. I'm gonna copy the link myself because I'm pleb. Put that there. We'll
I'm gonna take a
interact so
survey.
that we can pause
Fucking
it.
YouTube.
Nah, fuck
Fuck
your
off.
survey. Nah, fuck all that. Alright, yeah, fuck you.
Don't start playing it.
Pause.
Okay, I'm ready.
If you shop on Amazon,
No,
you should use
fuck you.
Wikibug.
I paused
It's
this
a
shit. No.
browser
So we're
extension
gonna do
that automatically compares Amazon.
We're gonna skip. We're gonna pause. Let everybody. Fuck you in your trial. Everybody, let me know when they're ready. Queued up. 000.
After this subject, though, since you brought up Antos, I want to talk about a different cancer in superhero film that I absolutely hate.
Absolutely.
But we can do that later. We can do
Brie
that later.
Larson?
Though. No, Gale Ann Hurd.
Oh, yeah.
If you
Drop any links you need to in the show suggestion chats or DM them to me.
Oh no, this isn't a link thing. This is just
Okay.
lore I have heard and put together, and my anger.
The best.
Will flow.
Yeah, the best. I'm good with it.
What the fuck were we just looking at an ad for a fucking...
No, you're good. You're good. Are you ready for the Bloodshot trailer?
Yep, I'm all set.
Yeah, I'm good.
Right, Ayrton, you ready? I'm
ready.
Play in 3, 2, 1, play.
And initiate sequence.
Well, Sony, there's your first mistake.
Gina, I'm home.
Let's get it!
What is this place?
Smash your pass, Chad.
Tell you this, but you
Smash your pass
got yourself
on the
killed.
fake white.
At RST, we'd rebuild the most important assets in the U.S. military. Soldiers like yourself.
I'll leave it to the will.
You're the first who we've successfully managed to bring back, but improved, enhanced. With the technology in your veins, you have an army inside you that will not only make you stronger, it will heal you instantly.
Holy shit.
Now tell me, do you remember anything?
Where are you going?
I've got unfinished business. I'm gonna find the man who murdered my wife and kill him.
Fuck your face!
All right, shut him down.
Oh God!
And initiate sequence. Okay, who is the next target for elimination?
I like the concept.
I feel
Do you
like
remember anything?
I feel like with our effects,
I
they
don't
could have done
think so.
better.
They've been manipulating you.
What you think is real sometimes ain't. And initiate sequence.
Hold on, go ahead, novel bro. I paused it at 1:43.
Alright, sorry, I was just going to say it all depends on how much profit they're intending to make from it, you know? If they can do a decent, you know, relatively medium level budget for a film that they think is going to actually, you know, make quite a lot of money on the names and the faces alone, because I've spotted quite a few faces in there, especially Johnny Quid.
They've got at least 2 Marvel alum, and Sony needs a win after Ghostbusters and other.
It's putting it mildly.
Aren't they poised to lose Spider-Man after all the bullshit that took place with?
We're getting a Spider-Man.
God, I hope so.
We're getting a Spider-Man 3, but we know nothing more about it. It's really a question of, are they going to lose
third one
the
either
other
fails or sucks.
Yeah, it's really a question of, are they going to lose the other Spider characters? And a lot of that rides on whether or not Morbius is good. And as much as I want Morbius to be good, because I'm a Morbius fan, I would also like Morbius to come home and not be at Sony anymore.
And we know it's not going to be. Venom was stupid.
I mean, it wasn't a terrible watch. It just wasn't a good movie.
There's a large segment of the audience that disagreed with you, Aaron.
I thought Venom was stupid. But...
I mean,
I found it passable, but that's not great.
Comic fans didn't like it, but movie fans did. So that was kind of the divide.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Venom fan as well. I've actually got issues of Lethal Protector from the original run. I just found it it was forgettable because I think Tom Hardy was a potentially really good Eddie Brock. And I think that the Venom symbiote's presentation is not bad, but the Life Foundation and all of the material around it, woefully undercooked.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that at all. And Lethal Protector
and the CGI schlock fest at the end.
Well, Lethal Protector, as even a comic book storyline, was, a little bit lacking.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to try and defend cheesy early 90s writing.
Well, if it wasn't for the artwork, that I don't think Venom would have ever caught on as a mainstream character. Todd McFarlane's artwork is really what put Venom over as a character, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, most likely.
Anyway,
that's just a hot take. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail the entire conversation.
It's all good.
Are you guys ready to finish the clip? Is that where we're at?
Yes.
143.
Yeah,
on the clip.
Let's do it.
All right.
You can't control me forever.
You sure about that?
Revenge is what makes a man like you exceptional. You know nothing about men like me.
If you're talking novel, bro, I can't hear you.
That is absolutely fantastic.
I feel like I just heard this. Are they playing this on repeat?
So, my question is, again, as the person who doesn't know, how is this not just a combination of Wolverine and his Weapon X background with RoboCop using nanites?
It's not. That's exactly what it is.
Well, because the thing is, I'm a fan of the original RoboCop. I did not like the remake. I don't think that's a particularly controversial opinion. And
all Verhoeven movies, man, fucking trip to watch. But you gotta say that you enjoy them, especially the old RoboCop.
I have not cared for any of the Hugh Jackman Wolverine standalone films except for the one in Japan. That one was okay. Logan was okay.
I've heard Logan was okay.
I was gonna say, you don't like Logan?
Yeah, no.
Logan was pretty cool.
The thing is that Logan to me doesn't really feel like a Wolverine standalone. It feels like a wrapping up loose ends from the Fox X films, so they can continue with First Class.
Well,
that's fair, but you have to give it credit. The old school Western trappings of it were pretty good setting to put that story in, especially for Wolverine as a character.
Well, I think the actual controversial opinion would be that the film Logan is way better than the book Old Man Logan.
Oh, I would agree with you.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a huge Wolverine fan.
I was about to say, you're on the stream with probably the biggest Wolverine fan that I know. And that's saying
Yeah.
something considering my father was the biggest Wolverine fan I knew before I met Ayrton.
Well, the thing is again, I'm of the age. I was the target demographic when Wolverine was at the height of his popularity in the 90s. I was actually watching Saturday morning cartoons, the X-Men cartoon, and being like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well,
and as much as I
motherfucker.
Go ahead, Nova Bro.
I was just saying, Team Gambit, motherfucker.
Hey,
Yeah.
no, Gambit's great. I just want Gambit and Wolverine to go on like buddy cop adventures and cause trouble.
They tried to do that with Channing Tatum and it just didn't work.
No. The thing is that like I didn't need Wolverine Origins because after so many years of padding out Wolverine's secret origin, no answer was ever gonna satisfy people. And the one that we got was just kind of bland. And then it's like, well, now that we've done his origins, what do we have to do? Well, let's give him a Dark Knight treatment. And it's like, okay, so what are you actually going to do with it? And the answer is not much. It's a
nothing. He's going to
future
retire
Western-
after this film.
Yeah, and it's like, eh. So Logan as a film, as a standalone, no, it's okay. Logan as part of the ongoing narrative of Hugh Jackman Wolverine films,
meh.
Because the thing is, I don't care about the follow-up, which would be an X-23 film. I honestly don't care. I've never liked X-23 as a character, and
nobody does.
I'm not. I am not in the demographic anymore, where it's like, well, look, she's got a midriff showing and boobs, so you have to buy it, asshole. It's like, I'm not 15, and if I was 15, I'd be insulted.
Well, look, it's not even about that anymore. In fact, if you buy it because of that, you're a misogynist. Like, you have to buy it on merit that it's a strong female character that kind of looks like a man, and if you're attracted to her, you are a part of the problem.
That's the thing. When X-23 has merit, I'll buy it.
I mean,
I think
the
it
chick
not
that,
having merit
played
is a selling
X-23 in the movie was pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, the little girl being X-23 was
Look,
okay.
I can't be on a stream with this bigot any longer, and the fact that I'm running the OBS means that I have to cycle through the guests and let them get their points out because Nick Recade's doing a stream and I'm obviously co-hosting the stream with a gigantic misogynist in Ayrton McCartney. Like, obviously, the Church of Failure is pro-strong women, and it thinks it is disgusting. It is utterly disgusting that Wolverine, as a franchise, profited off the idea that an orphan girl who was created through cloning would be the protagonist of future movies, and someone that co-hosts the stream with me week to week would just not agree with that corporately pushed dynamic and think that it was okay to have his own goddamn opinion, to think that it was okay to express his First Amendment rights on this stream. I can't do it.
Church of China up in here.
I mean, your eminence, Koof. You can't have a successful religion based on fear without a saint. And if you need me to be the adversary and burn on the fires of hell that you may be elevated to divinity, I'm okay with that. I can go there.
I just don't understand I just don't understand what you mean by religion because all that shit's fake. As a church, I can tell you it's all a racket.
Well, I mean, you're a church. Clearly, all the words are fake except yours, right? I mean, you have a book, right?
I mean, of course, I have a book, and all the book says is just wing it. Like, literally, it's 3 pages. It says on page 1, just page 2, wing, page 3, it with an exclamation point. Just wing it. Like, Nike just fucked up the translation. They can't read Jerusalem.
Well, the problem is the
Hold on a
schism.
second,
Because
Church. He's leading people astray. That's not necessarily the book. That's just our show map for each episode.
Well, it's a flip book.
this is
Like you know how you get one of those flip books that shows like the mini animation. That's all it
Look,
was.
we all understand.
Yeah.
We all understand the schism, and we all understand the Reformation, because you have those heretics that argue that it just means do whatever, and then you have the one true path that say that what this clearly was that we need to endorse and collect and consume chicken wings because there's barbecue sauce on the paper.
I mean, isn't that what Little Pump's last hit song was about? Chicken wing, chicken wing, chicken wing, chicken wing.
Yeah, see? It is endorsed. Sing the hymn. Chicken wing.
Chicken wing, chicken wing,
Chicken
chicken wing,
wing.
chicken wing, chicken wing.
Great, now Church is gonna make me write a hymn for the show. Damn it.
Ayrton, I need you to do me a favor, dog.
The thing, bright and beautiful. The Lord God made chicken of all.
Chicken head, chicken head, chicken head, chicken head.
The part that's interesting about this. The part that's interesting about this to me is that this all started because we were going to talk about Bloodshot, and you were going to explain
Welcome to the show, buddy.
Thing. And it's like now we're not even going to talk about Bloodshot because we're talking about chicken. It must be the best movie ever.
Well, I'm going to go see it in theaters because there'll be no one there.
That's the best way to quarantine.
That's literally the only joke that I wanted to make throughout this whole show. Is that I was going to go see it in theaters because there'd be no one there. And I got it off.
4
I
hours
got it
ago.
off. I did.
When you texted me like, "Hey, let's do Bloodshot tonight."
Yeah, because I mean they're finished filming it. There's no reason it should be delayed on release. So I was like, I want to go see Bloodshot in theaters and be the only one in the theater.
Except for Corona-chan, which is clearly delaying it so that you can suffer more.
No, I'm a building. I don't have to worry about Corona-chan. It can't infect us.
No, I'm just saying that is as it is written, as it is meant. The suffering shall be great, the salt shall flow. Woe be unto the unbeliever.
Oh yeah,
Praise
definitely.
Church of Fail.
That's correct. Church of Failure is the best church. In fact, I think I have a quote here from Donald Trump. Let me see if I can find it. The President of the United States decided... No. It wasn't about firing Ayrton, even. The President of the United States decided to endorse the show. Let me see if I can find it.
So, is this like the first podcast that instead of selling T-shirts, we're just going to start selling... Or you guys are going to start selling, like, flowing robes?
Yes. They're rainbow colored. It's fantastic.
The Church of Failure is the best church, and they were there too. Just tremendous.
The hat comes with a giant...
Hold on. You gotta give me about 10 seconds here. I'm gonna hit play right now.
The Church of Failure is the best church, and they were there too. Just tremendous. The greatest church, make comics great again.
I mean, that's really all you can say. I mean, you heard it here first, folks. The President of the United States wants you individually to make comics great again. And all I need for you to do that is to go to alternaaccess.com and buy some comic books from Peter Simeti. Because he...
Well, I am...
Go ahead.
I'm trying to redeem myself here. Matt Christie said, just wondering why it's okay for a gay guy to play a straight guy. They sure don't like the vice versa of that. I believe that the answer, if I'm understanding the truth of feminism, the answer is it's actually wrong for a guy to play a guy because a guy should be played by a girl.
That is correct, yes.
Okay,
unless they're trans. And then if it's a trans female to male character, then it should be played by a male trans male to female character playing a trans male to female character, or trans female to male character. Yeah.
This means that the
Excuse me, teacher. Is this going to be on the test?
Use Common Core, dog.
I mean, this does mean that the most woke film ever made is The Fifth Element, because Bruce Willis is a meat popsicle.
Lilo Dallas Multipass.
I mean, everyone.
Does everyone on the show realize that in that movie, Bruce Willis never actually met up with the bad guy in the movie?
I absolutely know that.
Yeah, like they cross paths between the door of the spaceship that the bad guy got off of and Bruce Willis got onto. But at no point did the good guy and the bad guy, the protagonist and the antagonist of the movie, ever meet in The Fifth Element.
I mean, that's the entire point. That's the meta joke.
I don't even think it's a meta joke. I think the fact that the overwhelming,
No, that's an intentional joke by Mobius. The guy has that sense of humor. It's in his other work.
Like, he literally pulled his best friend in as the first villain in the movie, and had his best friend from director society play the first bad guy robbing Bruce Willis. And hey, come on, give me the cash, God.
The extra funny there, of course, being that Luc Besson, the director,
Director,
went on to do Valerian, and everyone craps on Valerian, but no one remembers he also did From Paris with Love, which is freaking amazing.
But did he ever do another Bruce Willis movie?
Don't know.
I don't think he did, because the Bruce Willis movies I've seen have all been, Oscar worthy yet never nominated. I mean,
Remember Cop Out?
Well,
with Tracy Morgan?
No, hell
Tracy,
no.
Look,
no.
we're talking about Bruce Willis. Bringing up Tracy Morgan is blasphemy, novel bro.
Tracy Morgan was in that film with Bruce Willis as the cop duo.
No. I'm talking about The Last Boy Scout with Damon Wayans. I'm talking about Hudson Hawk.
I don't.
Don't you fucking dare! Don't you fucking dare! You want to fight? I will DM you a PO box to ship yourself to, and I will chest box you right goddamn now if you badmouth Hudson Hawk.
Yeah, but if I accept Hudson Hawk, I have to give Sandra Bernhardt a career.
No, you don't. She never had one to begin with.
But she's in the movie.
Barely.
And it's awful.
Is she naked?
And she's vile.
Is she naked?
Thank God, no.
Then it doesn't count.
No.
Then it doesn't count. If a woman is in a movie and she's not naked, it doesn't count.
What's worse is that I think somewhere in my past lives of horror, I actually have seen Sandra Bernhardt's Playboy layout.
Make your strong again. Remember the last Die Hard. That's correct. The Last Boy Scout and Die Hard, both of which merged together in the fusion dance with the fusion earrings to create the last Die Hard.
So Novel Bro wants to set up a chess boxing match between the two of you, and he says he'll referee.
I accept.
I have to ask if they did one last Die Hard, would it be called Try Harder?
No. It would be Die Hard with a geriatric Viagra prescription.
or Die Hard 4. God, I just want to die. There's already been a Die Hard.
Die Hard 6.5. Meet me on the golf green.
Die Hard 7. Just fucking kill me, man.
Die Hard 8 Early Bird Special.
Die Hard 11, The Bronzening.
That's right.
I'm just saying, because Bruce Willis has been in enough Die Hards now to compete with Charles Bronson for action film status. Oh wait, he was in Death Wish.
Oh fuck, so he was.
Can I just say that Death Race was probably the greatest movie franchise to ever be created, and it is a goddamn travesty that it is over.
Yeah.
I mean, are you including are you including the sequels in that argument and the remake?
I am including every film in the franchise, sir.
Okay, because I didn't.
They
care
were
for
all
the
terribly
remake
great.
subsequent.
They were all terribly great.
See, I would argue that the greatest film series ever made, greatly understated, even before the most recent release, which was beloved of many, was Mad Max.
No,
the actual original trilogy.
Death Race is better.
Go to the toilet.
Death Race is better because it gave you nothing else to think about except why did you put more missiles in your car.
I'm
He's
sorry.
got a point there.
It always gave me the thought of, good God, Stallone's acting is terrible in this.
Yeah, but there were remakes that didn't have Stallone in them. Like, you have to watch all the movies consecutively and then add them together and divide them into an average. And the average is, that was shittily good.
None of those sequels had David Carradine, who freaking makes that film.
That's because he choked himself to death with a belt in a Batman costume after filming Kill Bill.
At that time.
Yeah,
when he was in the movie.
Set up that chess boxing match.
That's right. That's right.
The worst part is
I'm playing black, Novel Bro. Like I like my
the
women.
worst part is that I don't even know what chest boxing is.
Chess.
Chess boxing.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Allow me to explain.
I honestly thought you were talking about some sort of thing. Where we were going to get together and punch each other in the chest until someone cried. So
No. No, we'll do that in between playing rounds of legitimate English chess.
Oh yeah, got to make it full on fisticuffs. Well, what it is, right? It's a round of actual chess. We'll say 3 minutes to that. So even if you don't get through, the full
with a
chess
timer,
round,
you have a 30-second timer. So 15 minutes of chess is 15 minutes apiece, or 15 rounds apiece for each player, with a move penalty for not reaching your timer status, which means that if your opponent moves and hits his timer, you take more than 15 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever the timer limit is, then the move goes back to your opponent and you forfeit your move. So you have 3 minutes.
This sounds like the origin of American policy in the Middle East.
No. But you have 3 minutes of chess, and then you have 3 minutes of light glove or bare knuckle boxing.
I think it's light glove, isn't it?
That is open to augmentation on the night, I suppose. Or
augmentation.
Depending on the contractee and the federation, you say. Depending on who's licensing the bout.
I mean, this is just going to turn into the weirdest, most low-class form of MMA, because you're going to punch me in the chest once, I'm going to fall down, and then I'm going to pull you onto the ground, and it's going to turn really, really weird.
Yes, but you have 3 minutes of that before you have to go back to playing chess again.
I suppose.
And in fact, if I'm in charge, you're going to have 3 minutes of chess, 3 minutes of boxing, and then a minute of shooting liquor. And then 3 minutes of chess, 3 minutes of boxing.
I don't know if your liver can take it.
He doesn't have a liver.
I'm building, you fuck.
I'm just saying. It's okay, so it's going to be chess beatings, and then you're going to be like, okay, 3 minutes of alcohol.
No.
Gonna pour me alcohol.
1 minute of alcohol. 1 minute of alcohol.
Right, but the thing is, you're going to pour 2 shots. You're going to drink one, then I'm going to pass you mine because I won't drink it.
No. You don't understand.
His liver can still handle it.
That's correct. And it will just give me more power. In fact, not drinking your alcohol is a destitute against me and Novel Bro because he's Scottish.
This is why we don't turn blood sports into drinking games.
That is correct.
It's
That's
also why my mother and I can't play drinking games because we don't drink alcohol. So.
Well, that's when N-words happen, like on the Drunken Peasants.
Exactly.
Or on the kill stream.
No. Well, Ralph
You're
was
acting
on
like
the
a bunch
drunken.
of white neighbors.
No, Ralph
Yes,
was on the Drunken Peasants and called Vaush the N-word, and
Yes.
it was big. It was big internet.
You mean a nut bar?
That's correct. A neighbor.
Yeah. Oh, a neighbor. Okay.
Yeah. He called the guy that fantasized about banging horses a neighbor.
I mean, look. I think we all grew up with.
Huger was on the Drunken Peasants.
Look, I'm not judging.
With Mr. Rogers.
I'm not judging anybody's coom jar. Okay. I'm not judging anybody's coom jar.
I think we all grew up with Mr. Rogers, and I think all we can do is honestly aspire to be his neighbor.
Hello there, neighbor. You want to come into my house?
You sound like a gay Southern Baptist pastor. Please never do that voice again. I feel like I'm about to get molested.
Do you need something to drink?
My butthole hasn't been so clenched since the time a baby deer ran out next to my motorcycle and ran next to me with me about half a mile down the road till it jumped back into the woods. Jesus fuck.
Record this for the next time you go to Comic-Con.
Just
Novel Bro, can you just box church before we meet at the Comic-Con?
You're welcome.
Is Novel Bro even still there? I think he died.
I think
killed him.
That's right. That's
Welcome
right.
to the show, ladies and gentlemen, where the strange shit.
So since I don't think we're ever getting back to Bloodshot, I said I was gonna give a ramble about another person in the film industry who I think is bad for comic films.
Yeah, absolutely. Go
for it.
Gail Ann Hurd is a producer. She's currently Gail Ann Hurd.
Okay.
She is currently responsible for producing Preacher and The Walking Dead.
I'm sorry.
Right? The thing is that this is that is not the first time that she has come in and made comics bad. Her and I gotta be clear, I'm gonna talk shit
about
a movie I like. I'm gonna talk crap about a movie I like. She was the producer and her husband was the director on the Tom Jane Punisher film. Now, given the choice, I personally prefer the Dolph Lundgren, but I admit it's dated. They needed to do a new Punisher. Tom Jane's not bad. Because that
He died.
Because that film didn't do well for whatever reason. When they said we're going to do another one, they said we're going to go through Lionsgate, and we're going to get this female director who we described as a fighter, like she was going to fight for directorial oversight so she could make the film the way she wanted to make it. And of course they got Ray Stevenson. Ray Stevenson's not a bad actor. Gail Ann Hurd used her producer rights after the fact because her production company was still the one with the rights to the Punisher, so she still had a way in, right? To recut the film, to mismanage the advertising, to basically tank the property so that Punisher Warzone could be a garbage fire. Because if her husband couldn't make the Punisher film they wanted, then nobody should get a Punisher movie. And then she just drifted away with her sack of money to then go do a bad Preacher cover and The Walking Dead.
Can I just say that the Preacher show was just absolute and utterly garbage?
The funny part is that I read Preacher. I read it years before, like a year before, right? And I didn't even care for it that much.
No, I loved it.
There were parts that were great, but there were parts that were great and there were parts that were like, eh. But I read the whole thing all the way through and I was done with it. I'm like, okay, this is done.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the first season of the the Preacher show, and I was like, no, and then they have that one bit where they infer that they're going to go off book. Literally in show, they say, "Oh, we're going to go off book," and here's and make a joke out of it. And I was like, how do you go off book when replicating a saga, a fixed narrative? All the pieces were there for a reason. And the only reason I can figure that they did is because there were certain elements of that story so extreme they could not replicate them on TV. But that's why Preacher never should have been a TV show. Ever.
Can I ask the
Game of Thrones rant coming on.
Can I ask the panel?
It's your show, man.
Real quick, everybody currently in the call, can I ask them, what was your favorite part? If you read Preacher, if you didn't, feel free to abstain or tell me what your favorite part about the show was. But if you read Preacher, I want to hear from you first, which I know Joseph, our guest Rue Knight, has. Anybody else in the chat read Preacher? Ayrton?
No.
Novel, bro.
Nah, can't say I have.
Okay. So, what was your favorite part of Preacher in the books, Rue Knight?
Well, I mean, obviously, I like the artist because that guy went on to do Punisher, and we all joke about same face.
Yeah. Arse face, ass face.
Yeah. And there are really great bits. The end is solid, although I still feel as though it was like, just because it's the kind of thing where like no ending could be strong enough to be like, But if I was to say what is my actual absolute favorite part, it's when Jesse and end at the secret compound of the bloodline of Christ, and they just wildly subvert that Dan Brown Da Vinci Code BS by pointing out how inbred, degenerate, and monstrous these super elite hidden government Bilderberg types would be, right? And the discovery of what their guide is really up to in that side room, which I will not state for the sanity of the stream. I would say go read Preacher.
For me, it's a lot simpler than that.
No, I'm saying
no. I'm saying
else.
for me, the answer is a lot simpler than that. Remember the time when he looked at the guy on the beach and made him go count sand?
Yeah.
That was my favorite part of the book because they picked it back up like 4 volumes later and showed him still trying to count sand, and then the wind fucking him over like every other week.
Yeah.
They would build like barriers in the sand to protect the sand mound, and he would count sand every time he lost count. And it was just like he couldn't do anything besides count sand, and it was just fucking him over left and right. And that was probably the best part of the book for me. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're a little over budget, even though we started late. I want to thank everybody in the chat, everybody who came on the show. I want to go around the panel, except for Ayrton, because fuck that guy. He's close enough to Canadian to not count. And
hey, I was born in Atlanta, motherfucker.
You think that helps your case?
Chest fight.
Get ready,
Noah, bro.
rumble.
Uncharacteristically, you've been the quietest on the panel. So, have you got anything you want to add to the show before we sign off?
Oh, no, nothing at all. Nothing at all.
That's Scotland's contribution to the world, ladies and gentlemen. Rune Knight, aka Joseph McKeever, I will give you a final word segment here, sir.
I'm just glad anytime you guys have me on, whether I'm here to shill or just to hang out. Hopefully Marvel will not screw up again in 48 hours and have me have to come darken your doorstep again with my rambles.
They can't help it. They're 3 months ahead of fuck up. So at least for the first 3 months into quarantine, we will have Marvel fuck ups to laugh at because they just can't help themselves.
I'm just saying, really, the entire reason I felt the drive to come here is because I had checked in, 2 days ago to talk about the one aspect of New Warriors.
It is
I was done, and then
the
here they
reason
are.
you felt the drive to come here is because I am the most electrifying host in comic entertainment on YouTube today. If you smell what the gospel is preaching.
I mean, you've got flaming nipples. I think you're the only host that has flaming nipples.
That is correct. I set them.
Well,
I
Dick
set
Masterson probably does, but for other reasons.
He does, but not because he wants them. I set mine on fire before every show to be true to character. That is why I have such a fiery personality and high alcohol tolerance.
Method acting. He's Daniel Day-Lewising that shit up in here, folks.
No, I am actually the Church of Failure. Like, I am an automatonic church. I am a literal building streaming live from the internet. That is my story, and I'm sticking to it if you're dumb enough to believe it. Awesome. Future update.
Donate, go join our Patreon, donate to my lunch money fund.
That's right.
As well.
Because I don't
if you
have
believe
a job.
Church has actual flaming nipples.
As a building, I can't get a real job. I'm lucky enough to get married because this is America and it's a great place.
Does that mean that, like, if you were a
You mean you just locked the doors when she walked in?
That's right. That's right.
Does that mean if, like, you were a superhero, you'd be a giant sort of building transformer, like in art you showed earlier?
Can I pull that back up? Is that okay?
Yeah, go with it.
I pull that back up.
Would that mean that would that mean that your enemy is like a Rosie the Riveter with a sickle and a sledgehammer who just smashes buildings?
I mean,
yes.
If they could, yes, but they can't, so they won't.
It's that woman from the what was it? The Windows or the Apple commercial, the 1984 style ad.
Look, if it's
throwing
not
the giant hammer through the screen.
Look, if it's not Flo or what's her name from 30 Rock, Tina Fey. If it's not Flo or Tina Fey, I'm not interested. Also, I have that art by Optic Decay. Check out Optic Decay on Twitter at Optic Decay and on YouTube at youtube.com/Optic Decay for Morning Decay Productions, where you get the Morning Decay with Optic and Broski. Also, check out Broski, who is banned from Twitter, but you can find him on Late Night with Broski on YouTube. Just search that and you will find him. He does Minecraft Sundays, I think. And Late Night with Broski as often as he can with Jada. Opal is involved in some of those shows. I have had entirely too much to drink, but I am chilling, and this artwork is awesome. But yes, that is actually my docs. This is an actual photograph taken of me and Ayrton this past weekend before the Corona Coof ban. When I stomped my churchy ass, flaming nipples and all the way to Michigan to take a picture with Ayrton. And, his hands were actually burned with the dry ice, but he's still playing his guitar, and I can crush him as soon as I fire him. So all is well with the world. But yeah, this is actually what I am in real life. If you don't believe that, I have the photographic evidence on screen to prove it.
And with that, good night, everybody.
Thank you so much. I've been waiting so long.